Sometimes you kind of check it and it's like, you're in like your hundreds of thousands and it's like, oh wow, okay, so my face has reached quite a lot of people. I am Alice and I am the social media manager here at BrewDog. I have been with BrewDog since May 2019. I got a job at the brewery bar, progressed through various roles and then became what's known as a marketing maverick within the bar. And then a couple of years later, I ended up progressing into the social media executive role at BrewDog. Do you get paid to sit and scroll Facebook all day? Is like the immediate response I get when someone asks me what my job is and I tell them. That is usually the initial response. Or, oh, do you get paid to sit and tweet all day? It's part of the job, but it's not the entirety of the job. There's a lot more to it than that. I have spoken to a handful of people where I've told them that I work for BrewDog and it's either, oh, okay then, so how are you finding that? Or it's the complete opposite of the spectrum where it's like, oh my God, that's incredible. Like, they're such a cool company. Like, I absolutely love their beers. So it's one or the other. It was a challenge, I think, because not long after my sort of starting in the role for social media executive, we had our very, very first quite significant social media storm, which was a huge shock to me. It was only sort of a couple of months into the role. So it was a big wake-up call to sort of actually how much responsibility you have over a company's sort of, basically like shop window, for want of a better description, and that shop window is on fire and you're responsible for kind of trying to put out that fire and sort of manage that process. I guess that was a big wake-up call to me, and it did quite impact me for a while, and it was very much like, is this what I want to do? But I think once you kind of come through the other side and you kind of realise that actually, you were responsible for kind of getting the social media channels back on track, you were responsible for really sort of carrying on as you should, because ultimately I am just a human being. I'm not responsible for everything else that goes on. So I think coming through the other side, it kind of now, once you see it once, it's like once it happens again, it's very much a case of, okay, well that's happening, well this is how we deal with it, and then you just carry on. So it very much gives you that determination, that sort of integrity and that passion to kind of just carry on because you've dealt with it and you know your experience and you know how to deal with it in the future. Yeah, so there's a couple of people that I know through sort of like mutual friends, or a couple of friends that I know, or like family friends, and they've said I've seen, or they've said to like family members, I've seen your Alice on the Instagram page, or I saw her post that reel the other day and it was, really funny. So it's kind of like surreal because you just think, I'm just posting a reel because that's part of my job. And then when people start coming up to you and saying, oh, I spotted that reel that you posted the other day, that was hilarious. Like, it's kind of surreal in that sense. Sometimes you kind of check it and it's like, you're in like your hundreds of thousands and it's like, oh wow, okay, so my face has reached quite a lot of people. Can be quite nerve-wracking. I think the one thing that I'm proud of, and I guess it's not so much, well no, it is job related actually. I'm going to say that is the fact that my confidence has been boosted dramatically because of this role. Like a few years ago, if you'd have asked me to put my face on a brand social media channel for hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people, I would have flat out said no. But I think because I'm just able to kind of just get up and go, right, we're filming this particular reel today, I'm front and centre, I know that my confidence has dramatically boosted and I don't have to second guess myself anymore. So I guess that the ultimate improvement in my confidence has been like a big achievement for me, because I would have never been able to do that a few years ago, never. I guess the team, first and foremost. I guess being around a team that is so encouraging to say, no, you are actually really good at this, when you kind of at first don't believe in yourself, and you've got such a great team that go, no, actually this is really good, or this is really funny, like, can you do more of this? And you go, okay, maybe it is actually good, and then you do more and it's like, yes, keep doing more because this is good, and then ultimately you end up in a pattern of, actually no, I can actually do this, and you just kind of, it just starts to happen like naturally, and it's like very, very much second nature. I've had a lot of support from the company over the past 12 months. I guess one of the big things is that last year I was diagnosed with autism and ADHD, and then that kind of spurred into me joining our Diversity, Equity and Inclusion Forum, because I found out a lot about myself over the past 12 months, and I kind of realised that there wasn't much representation in the company for neurodiverse people, so I kind of put myself forward as a bit of a neurodiversity advocate and said, we need to do more, because you can guarantee there'll be a lot of people in this company that will probably have shared experiences. So I kind of thrust myself into that space and ended up kind of generating this small support network of, basically to try and help people because of what I'd experienced.